Good afternoon. Today we are going to work on pulling prints using styrofoam, Crayola washable markers, a sponge, and a 9x9 piece of paper. Our styrofoam is cut to 4.5 by 4.5 inches, and I have prepped this by coloring the different sections with my markers. And of course, when I'm coloring with the markers, I want to make sure to use like this wider edge to cover surface a little bit quicker. So now I am ready to start my print. I have my name on my paper, and I'm going to turn it over to the other side. And this print will fit on this paper 4 times and create a radial design. Now my sponge I have gotten wet. You can tell it's not dripping. The trickiest part of this is to have the paper kind of like just right wetness. So I'm going to touch my sponge to one corner of my paper. I'm covering about 1/4 of it, and I'm just kind of pressing the paper, and I'm starting to notice it's getting a little damp. And we're going to try this full print and see what happens. Okay, so my paper is damp. It covers that 4.5 by 4.5 inch square. So I'm going to go ahead and take my print. I have marked the place that is the center, and so that is going to go towards the center of my paper. Okay, I'm going to line up the edges, and now using the side of my hand or even my fingernails, I need to push down for about 20 seconds. Even if you dampen up the paper perfectly, if you don't press well enough, this part is not going to quite work right. So you really want to make sure every inch of this is getting pushed down for about 20 seconds. I might be going a little long here. This is my first time trying it out, so I'm interested to see how this works. If I got the paper wet enough or too wet. There we go. Peel that off. Dang, that looks awesome. I'm super excited about how vibrant that turns out. And now I have a clean plate that is ready. I could do the same colors and have the same design all the way around, or I can change the colors a little bit. Again, I think what made that so great was that my paper wasn't dry, but it wasn't dripping with water either. So it's about getting it just right. So maybe I'll just turn this, and then I would start to recolor my matrix or my plate. Gosh, you know, I think it might be cool to keep like one design consistent. Maybe that blue circle stays the same all the way around. As I'm coloring, I want to make sure that like I'm watching this part of my hand and I'm not like wiping off all of the marker everywhere. So again, your choice if you want to switch up the colors and the designs or if you want to stick with the same thing. Just make sure to close your markers between pulls, and we'll have some awesome prints today. Thanks.